All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We are going to go ahead and get started. I do want to give you a little bit of background on why Meet the Buyers is happening and why we have it happening virtually. So we have normally had this session pre-COVID in person. It's a really good chance for people who are interested in selling to bigger companies to be able to log on, come visit with us, and actually hear the buying process and what companies are looking to buy. So we really try to connect our big local companies, colleges, cities, with our smaller buyers who really want to work with them and are trying to figure out the process. So this year we dug in even further. We actually did a 4-course session with corporate buyers who came to us and said, hey, this has really risen to the top as a priority for us, but we're not really sure that we're speaking the right language or setting the right goals to be able to do business locally. So we started and had a 4-course session on corporate buyers who wanted to really focus in on that, kind of training them on how to work with small businesses. And then we reversed it and had a 4-course session with our small businesses, kind of what are the certifications, how to get ready, what's the language being used? And now we've come to this session, which is actually starting to bring in some of our buyers to be able to present on what their buying process is, as well as what they're looking to hire. Our plan is to actually do this several times a year, bringing forward different buyers and different needs as they go along, and really giving our small businesses an opportunity to hear what that is, hear what the buying process is, how to find the jobs we've heard is sometimes difficult, and be able to apply and make those real intentional connections with our local business and keep that money locally here. So we are going to get started today with DMACC. The way the day is going to lay out, we will have DMACC. We do have a recording from there, but we have 2 buyers. Can you give us a wave on the line today that will help answer questions for DMACC? So we have Joe and Larissa on that will answer questions as we go. Feel free to drop those questions down in the chat box. I don't want people to forget them. So please drop them down there and we'll do our best to get those answered for you. We will take a quick break at 9:40. We will switch over and get the city of Des Moines on. They will run until 10:15, another quick break, and then we will get DART on, and then we will circle back and round up the day. So again, this is being recorded. There's a lot of information that comes in a very short period of time, and a lot of people need to go back, slow down, and rewatch. So if that is of interest to you, we will get the videos edited and out to you hopefully within the next week. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen here, and we will take it away with DMACC. Give me 1 second.
Hi, I'm Julie Clucky, Purchasing Coordinator at Des Moines Area Community College. Welcome to Meet the Buyer. Sorry I was unable to attend today, but Joe Sinchins, Associate Controller, and Larissa Prey, Administrative Assistant in the Purchasing Department, are there in my absence for any questions. First, a little bit about DMACC. Des Moines Area Community College has 6 campus locations and 6 other academic centers. We are the largest and most diverse community college, serving a district that encompasses over 6,000 square miles. Our enrollment for credit students is over 36,000 students. We also have non-credit students that are over 35,000. As Iowa recovers from the COVID-19 pandemic and our lives start to return to normal, we need to support small community businesses, especially ones that are minority owned. Many of you had to be innovative to get past the last 18 months. DMACC seeks to promote equal access and opportunities through our economic footprint and develop business partnerships with diverse firms. As you know, Supplier Diversity provides financial benefits and intangible benefits, and we want you to connect with the budget managers at the college that make those decisions. Diversifying purchases for goods and services will drive competitive pricing for the best price and value. Small businesses are eager to innovate by exceeding expectations and offering creative solutions. Having diverse procurement helps build a more inclusive society while better representing the students we serve. As the college looks at our supplier diversity program, we recognize that there are some challenges. First, we have a decentralized buyer model. We have over 250 authorized buyers that hold our purchasing cards and can make those decisions. Next, we have a challenge collecting the right information, such as if you're a women-owned business and what kind of status you have, and tracking that information is very manual within our ERP system and running those reports. Next is, suppliers don't always know how to do business with DMACC. So that's why we are attending the Meet the Buyer today and more informational sessions like this. And our buyers at the college don't always know how to source with TSBs. Last, relationships are already formed with our existing suppliers, so just making those new relationships and introductions. Next, we do have supplier diversity goals. So within the college, we're promoting supplier diversity and creating resources for staff. We're creating those new connections and introductions for our buyers and vendors in the community. We held a vendor fair last year. We are looking forward to holding another one this upcoming year. And we can most easily see the influence made on our purchasing cards, which are our smaller purchases. So our goal is to see at least 5% of the spend on our purchasing cards go to diverse vendors. So that's our goal for this upcoming fiscal year. I mentioned that we have our purchasing cards, and those are credit cards that buyers can utilize for small purchases at their discretion. And those are purchases that would be under our bidding threshold. Here is our bidding procedure. Purchases over $10,000 will require 3 quotes. So purchases under $10,000 can be made at the discretion of the department. And with one exception, that if one item, usually a piece of equipment, is over $5,000 per unit, then that also requires 3 written quotes. So here's our current status with our targeted small business spend. Over the past 3 fiscal years, obviously with COVID-19 and our enrollment being down because of the pandemic and other factors, we have had less spending overall and less TSB spending with the disadvantaged owned businesses. So we definitely have a lot of room to grow here, and we look to grow our supplier diversity program. Taking another look at our current status, the pie chart on the left is a chart of the registered targeted small businesses that are registered through the Iowa Economic Development. And the pie chart on the right are targeted small businesses within the state of Iowa that DMACC has done business with, which represents about 65 businesses. And so you can see women-owned, veteran-owned, and other small businesses. The disadvantaged small business is a dual category, so they were small business and also minority or women or veteran owned, so something else as well as a small business. So that's what that orange category is. So just another look at where DMACC spend is going. So these are some of the commodities and categories that I think might have the most room for growth. Catering, promotional printing, our hardware and automotive supplies, such as our fleet and also our auto tech and those kind of programs that we have at the college, appliances and repair, even our agriculture programs, science programs, and maintenance that we have on campus, a lot of nursing programs, dental, those kinds of things, and then IT accessories and peripherals. So how do you get set up at DMACC and involved? There is a vendor application if you have not had a relationship with the college before, and you can fill out that vendor application at the site and include your W-9 so that we can get you loaded into our ERP system. That way, when we are ready to do business, everything is loaded and there are no other hurdles that we need to tackle. And then you can email me directly at jaclucky1@dmac.edu. And I can get you in touch with the correct contact at DMACC, with the correct department dean or the department chair for that program. That might be a good fit for you to follow up and have a one-on-one meeting, and we would make that relationship and introduction. So please send me an email or go to our website. You can go to dmac.edu and just search purchasing, and that'll bring up that website there. Thank you very much for your time today. And if you have any questions, you can follow up on my email. Thank you.
Okay, we will get into some questions. I kind of wrote a few down that I know are probably going to come up. They did mention the vendor fair. Do you guys know do they have to be registered through your application process to get notification of that vendor fair? Because I think that would be of interest for several people.
I am not sure if you would have to be signed up, but I do know if you just reach out to Julie and let her know that you are interested in the vendor fair, she would likely add your name to a list and let you know when she sends out correspondence or maybe like a briefing on it or any information about it. So I'd say if you're interested at all and you may be hesitant, like, is this for me or not? You could always just email Julie and let her know that you're interested and she can send that to you.
The other question I know will probably come up. Do you guys, you have your application, do you have a place where you actually post jobs? So if it is a bigger job that's going to go out for bid, is there a place that's posted, or do they need to be in the application process as a vendor to get notified of those opportunities?
If it's a bigger job that is required to go out to bid, DMACC is required to post it so that all vendors can see that. And that's usually posted on Des Moines Register in the newspaper.
With 250 purchasers, you guys being one of them, will you each just take a little time and talk about what you look to buy and just kind of some of the headaches that you run into as a purchaser that maybe they could help you with?
Larissa, you want to take that one since you're the one that deals with a lot of the Pcard issues?
Well, we have, a variety of departments here at DMACC, and each department has their own, credit cards. They do their own invoices. And so it really spans a variety of, from everything from, we've got, mortuary science program, we've got tool and die program, we basically just have people buying from, a myriad of departments. So, well, when we see it on our end, sometimes folks want, they want to buy from, people that they've bought from before. And sometimes they're also interested in seeing what else is out there. So it really just kind of depends, like which department is buying. So.
I would also say one of the issues that we seem to have is companies filling out the W-9 correctly before they can get in our system to for DMACC to buy goods or services from them. We need a completed W-9, and a lot of times that form is kind of not everyone knows how to fill it out correctly, because we need to make sure the vendor's in the system correctly so that a check gets cut to the correct name, address, and all that. So that's one of our first steps in getting a vendor set up, is getting that W-9 in, signed, and put in our system.
Do you want to briefly, Joe, just say what a W-9 is in case somebody on here does not know?
Yeah, a W-9 basically has the company's information, whether you are self-employed, an LLC, a partnership, corporation, S Corp. It also has the pertinent information, the EIN number, which is needed. Because DMACC, as well as other businesses, if you're self-employed and it's for services, we're required to issue 1099s if it's over a certain amount. So like that information is crucial for us to make sure we're reporting everything correctly.
Perfect. I'm going to actually drop a W-9 in there. We went out to find one. So if you do not have a W-9 for your company, there you go. If you do need help filling it out, please feel free to ask myself or some other resources here in town. But it is pretty crucial. It's kind of like when you start a new job, you fill out all your employment paperwork. This is the same thing, really. It's just you're filling it out for your business to be able to do work there. Do you guys know a couple questions? Just she listed out kind of a breakdown: catering, printing, hardware, auto. Do you know of any goals next year of big items you'll be looking to purchase? I know people are reevaluating as they come back in person. Those needs have kind of shifted. Anything you can weigh on that might finish up this year's budget and then looking forward to next year's budget? Any feedback on that?
Like you said, it's kind of like we're coming back to campus, so there may be different needs based upon now that we're in person. So I'm not 100% sure about the jobs that are being continued to be done this fiscal year. Another thing, Julie really is the person who I would reach out to if I wanted to know. You could always email Julie and say, like, here's what I do. And she can put you in touch with somebody who may be doing a big renovation on one of the campuses that may utilize the vendor. So I'd say if you have any interest at all in working with DMACC, I'd say certainly reach out to Julie, let her know what you do, and then she could always put you in touch. And then if it sounds like there's a relationship could be formed, then you can go ahead and fill out the W-9 and all that.
Yes, exactly. The first thing is getting in contact with Julie and getting your information in our system. And then because projects come up from time to time, on anything, and some things are also grant funded, so it's specifically geared towards certain items, and those have to meet certain requirements as well. So the best thing was just get your W-9 into our to Julie so we can get you in our system.
When using those Pcards, talk to us a little bit about that. Do they have to go in your system and see if somebody's registered? Or I know it works like a credit card, but can they just make the purchase, or do they need to verify that you're in the system? Can you give us a little more information on the Pcard and how it works?
Right. So it's essentially a U.S. bank, credit card. If you take credit cards, and if U.S. Bank, will let you buy goods and services, it can be put on the card. I manage all the Pcard spending, in and out, and help to reconcile those charges. Sometimes, I've seen small businesses on there, like a tailor or a seamstress type small vendor, and then I've seen your big box stores, and so it does work like a credit card. I haven't really run into any instance where somebody wanted to use their Pcard or their credit card to buy something from a vendor, and then it wouldn't work. So and we are looking in the future to do a more detailed look at the scope of how we spend. So is it like 30% of our charges go to Amazon, or how that works, or and what it really looks like, and how we spend, especially on the credit card. So yes, to answer your question, it's just a US bank credit card that they can use anywhere. There really are no restrictions.
And I would also say the vendor does not need to be in our system for our Pcard users to make a purchase, because that's real time activity. So you don't have time to get a W-9 in their system. You're out, need a repair, need a supply, and that department head is at that store at that time just to make the purchase right then and there.
Since we do cover a 10-county area for economic development, obviously we cover the majority of your campuses, and having those buyers spread out. If we have people in outlying areas, I know Julie's here, is it best if they are interested and people can make those quick decisions for them to try to network in with the buyers and educate them? I know buyers don't like being hounded by businesses selling them either. What's the best way that you can give advice to build those relationships?
I would definitely get your name out there to us, because if it's, say, a department that's used to buying it from this one store all the time, and if it's a similar item that they need, they're going to go there all the time without knowing that, hey, this business over here has the same type of items that can be purchased. The best thing would be just to get a hold of us, let us know that, hey, we are out here, we're here to serve you. This is what we can do for you. And then we can kind of push out that information to departments so that they are aware of it.
Everyone is having supply chain issues. Is there anything particular that comes to top of mind that you are having trouble sourcing that maybe could be a local resource, or we could help you find that, whether it's a whole department that's having issues or just a general that that you're having issues sourcing?
I don't know the specifics. I know we are having issues just like everyone else. We've also had issues of, say, we've gotten bids on certain items a few months ago, and as those items are now available to be shipped to us, the prices have gone up considerably. We've been dealing with it on a few grant issues where it's got to be to the dollar. And like I said, the original bid came in at X dollars, and when now that's available, it's sometimes considerably more than that. We have to kind of get more approvals, make sure it's okay. But yeah, I think everyone's dealing with the same supply issue.
Can you talk to us just a little bit about, obviously we saw the numbers decrease and we know that people weren't on campus. Can you just talk to us about what DMACC, are you mostly virtual, or the students back, what the plan looks like moving forward?
Yes, as of right now, or as of this fall, we are 100% back face-to-face. So students are back on campus. Staff is also back on campus right now. And as far as I know, that is the plan going forward. Obviously, it's fluid and things can change, but our goal right now is to be on campus going forward.